Thanks for the introduction. Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. Let me start by saying a few words about myself. I'm Pooja Jaishankar, Mendix developer, and I have over 2 years of experience in Mendix, which is a leading platform in low-code development. And here we go. As you see on the screen, our topic is today is getting started with Mendix, low-code, and no-code. Moving on to the first slide, why low code? Actually, people think this is something new. It's not new, to be very honest. But what's new is that we can apply new low technology to new type of processes, and we can apply it to the new technology as well. Because this was not possible previously. We don't have a global technology to do this. Today in low code, one of the first thing that appears is that the cloud environment. The cloud did help a lot about low code because nowadays people are like more and more getting applications running in code, and also they want to automatize the development type. So we are spending a lot of time in booting servers and putting a lot of things for the running applications, and we know that the cloud help us a lot doing all this. So Mendix has its own cloud, and that think about low code, the same type of evolutions, same type of cloud development, everything. We just have to write applications without coding and real with coding and some amount of code there. And of course, we are going to get the same result that what coding does. And lot of low code applications do have a drag and drop UI where you can just build UI directly. Like you no need to write a code with with a lot of coding languages or using some other technologies like that. You can just make use of all those drag and drop UI, and so again this will avoid technical complexity of your application. And also uh, today in this modern driven world around us is quickly becoming more and more software driven, which means that the amount of software we have to create is rapidly increasing. Like what the requirement is, what we want is definitely we want an application, and we want to have our users to be very happy, and we want our line of business to get applications, and we want overall this to be happen in a very quick short time and with a lower cost as well. So just imagine, wouldn't it be fantastic if anyone could build an app without writing a single line of code, and who does not want to create an app cheaper or faster? So you could have applications right up running for a fraction of the cost and with a fraction of a time needed compared to the traditional pro code system. And this is all the promise we give with the low code technology. Now, again, something about low code is that writing application is good, but putting application in production and also maintaining application is another challenge there. Actually, and low code you write well with less maintenance problem. Like you have a some lifespan of the application, so instead of just reducing the time of the market and cost of the application what you build, low code also reduces the cost of the ownership throughout the life cycle of the application within 3 to 4 years, and also which is highly maintainable and reduces the maintenance cost as well. And that is all the mainly today, which is a global benefits about low code. And a low code enables us to create new business applications with minimal coding, automate at scale, improve business processes, increase productivity, and is business user friendly. And it allows even non-programmers to create an applications with little or no programming knowledge at all. Though through pre-built code snippets or blocks with some drag and drop visual interface, something like that. That is why low code exists. And the easy way, I can give a better example to understand the what is low code is. Just consider you are gonna build a house. Like for building a house, you might need all things like ready blocks, walls, fragments, pipes, roof pipes, and everything, etc., etc. So what we all in low code, we have all those things to build an applications like with a ready made, like we do have all those things inside the low code, which can be fit all together to create an application. Hope I'm not going fast. And moving on to the next slide. Yeah, low code versus no code. Here both offer improvements over traditional encoding. Here I can give a best example for this so that it will be more convenient for you to understand the basic difference all those between all those things. See, imagine building a tree house. You would have need what are all the things you would be needed, like materials, instruments, a house plan, and a skilled carpenter, and etc. etc. Like, believe me, creating a custom application is not much different from this. You all need a skilled application developer, software requirements, specifications, and appropriate tech stack, software tools for writing and managing the codes. Of course, today you can tell the off-shell code, or you can use an open source libraries and other code pieces that allow to create an app faster, something like that. But still, what is the bottom line of the traditional development is you need to write the code and eventually shape it into a working application. And you need developers to write the code as well. So when you come to low code and no code, this drawback is overcome in a very easy way. Like they help us to ship applications very faster within a small budget compared to the traditional custom development. And moving on to the next, the target audience. Target audience, like low code targets developers mostly, whereas no code is for citizen developers like you and me. If you look at low code versus traditional development, both targets coders. However, low code allows developers to abstract away from baseline code. As for the difference between no code and programming, they clearly aim at different user groups. That is the main thing between the low code and no code. And the next is again access to codes. Like the main difference is that we need no access to code in no code development, and we need limited access with no code. That is what the main difference between those two. And again, as I told earlier, application complexity. Application complexity, as you can see, no code or in no code or low code, both in comparison with traditional development offers us with less or no code software grade applications. So this reduces the application complexity in a better way, so that it will make the maintainable highly maintainable, and also it reduces the cost of the application. And which is like it reduces throughout the life cycle of the application, the cost and the complexity, and it maintainable maintenance, everything will be in a easy way to do with low code and no code. And finally, quality assurance. Quality assurance, like when building a no-code application, you rarely need to test it. Like before you make a public release, simply because app lock that you use in your app already ships well tested, and you may want to run it in a few times to see that it performs exactly as you envisioned. But when it comes to low-code development, you can introduce changes to the code and hook up your solutions with third-party softwares via APIs. All you need is to test it by yourself thoroughly. That is what with the low code, and that is the best quality assurance we give with the low code. And moving on to the next, yeah, here we go. And why Mendix exists. Now you all may get a question like what is Mendix and why we should go for Mendix, right? So I'm here to answer that. Mendix is a technology where it gives us small applications and very big applications in very small time. And also, it is like if you have any other technology, if you go for any other technology, example, we can take Java, Python, and a lot of other technologies are there. So if we provide the application to go for them like Java or Python, it will take lot of time, and also it will may cost you in a very high, very high when you compare with Mendix. Like here in Mendix, we give the solutions in very quick and in very short time with beautiful interfaces, which they cannot do in a very short time, which means with other technology like something like Java, as I told earlier, Python. Surely I can assure you they cannot provide all those things what Mendix provides in a very short time. They can, but they will take much. They will ask you to pay for that, and they will take much more long time to to do that. And finally, it will be like it will also give your complexity and make your application more complex. Blah blah everything. So when you come to Mendix, you it gives the solution best solutions very quickly and also very short time with beautiful interfaces which we present inside the Mendix itself. And before going to the deep inside the Mendix, let me share a few details regarding Mendix history. In 2019, Mendix was reaching the revenue of 9.1 billion. But when you come to 2021, which is like 2 years of difference, Mendix has reached its uh, record to 13.8 billion. That is almost nearly 14 billion. And also they got a lot of awards like Innovating Awards and Improvisation, etc. etc. So, and we are expecting in the year 2025, Mendix will reach up to 25 billion surely. This is because it's almost the double of the 4 years. Why is this so? How can I tell this? The reason is like Mendix is growing in a very short time with high resolution. Like lot of people nowadays using Mendix because it's very lightweight, first of all. Like you can use a server itself to create any small applications in a very quick, short time. And here we have an ecosystem of the Mendix. Like everyone can see the image. Here we have online project management and marketplace, Atlas UI, and Mendix Studio Pro, Data Hub, support, community, academy, everything. Like online project management, it is help us to create manage the projects online. Since we are having, there is a feature called Team Server. For this, I can give a best example as like if I'm the person sitting in India and one of my colleague working along with me in my applications, they will be sitting somewhere in US or UK, anywhere. So, Mendix provides the functionality for us to work instantly, and it supports with high security. Like we both work at a time in the same applications, we both commit our works and we can update and we can do all those things using the Team server. That is what Mendix provides with a great support and security. And moving on to the marketplace. Marketplace is something like everything will be present. Like we have a predefined templates, we have widgets, we have applications which is already developed by some other Mendix developers, and we have modules, everything like all those things are present in the Mendix marketplace, so that I can just make use of it in my applications. I'm in need of getting taking like I can't do this or that. I can just make use of all those things from the marketplace. And in this way, I can also give my ideas to the other developers So they can make use of it if they have any queries in which I have worked, or in which I have achieved something new in Mendix. Same way I can get the answers from other Mendix developers for my queries, and if I'm stuck anywhere, I can get help from my Mendix community. And all those things are done in the marketplace. Atlas UI is something like an UI interfaces. It will provide the beautiful interfaces which makes your applications more attractive and innovative, and it with all the built-in features present inside that. That is what Atlas UI and Studio, where you created the Mendix applications. That is a modular, and Studio Pro will, it is like we can create a list of applications you at any time with along with the developers together. And data hub is a place where you have data, you can make use of it from the other, integrate with the Mendix. And support is that what, as I told earlier, we have support, like we have forum where we can raise a query for answers, so that other Mendix developers used to see that and they can answer my queries if they came across any of my so any of my work what I'm stuck in, and they have achieved something on that, so that they can share with me to complete my work, and they will help me in that way, even I can help them. So all those things are takes place in support. And community is something we have a Mendix community where we can do our, like we can rank the ports question portal. We can create a forum questions. We will be giving a rank points, and we will be doing the grade, and we will be giving a batch for our expert developers or rapid developers or intermediate developer. We'll be getting a batch in the community page, and it is a place where we can interact with the other Mendix developers, etc. And academy is something like you will be having all those things inside it. That is what it is. You can understand that, or you do not want to go to search of something else if you come to Mendix outside. Like I have all this functionality inside the Mendix itself. So I just like, you no need to go for the third parties, and you have to purchase a license to do something or to use some of their features. You need to pay them a huge amount of money, and you need to get them, and something may be achieved, or you'll be getting the answers like this is can be achieved or this can't, something like that. So in Mendix, everything is present inside itself, so that the reason people use Mendix, where in one shot we have all kinds of supports. So that is what the academy, you can see the overall support present inside the Mendix itself. You don't need to go anywhere else outside in search of something. We have everything present inside the Mendix. And moving on to the next slide. Yeah, some of the features in Mendix is one-click cloud deployment. A one-click cloud deployment is like we need Azure AWS to deploy the project or application, or where we need to pay for them, right? So for the security or something like that, we need to pay for them. But in Mendix, we have its own cloud. That is the biggest advantage, and everything present inside the Mendix. So if we do not want to go, and we do not want to get the money to them, give the money to them to buy the service, to get the support or something like that, is adds its own. So that this is the biggest features in Mendix. In a single click, you will just deploy the application to the cloud. One single click cloud deployment makes the applications deploy to the cloud. Like you no need to go for such other steps or something like that, and you no need to perform anything step by step process or something else. Just by clicking on the single button, the Mendix applications will be deployed in the cloud. Like you can also take whenever you are working on the applications, like you need to pay, right, for the other parties to use their cloud or something like that. Mendix has its own cloud, and Mendix also give you the option like in a single click the applications will be deployed in the cloud. And that is the biggest features present in the Mendix. And moving on to the next feature, next is integrate. Integration is nothing but like adding or something new inside the Mendix. Previously, we cannot add or integrate something inside Mendix. But right now, Mendix supports almost every third-party applications using their APIs. We will go for REST API, we will go for database connectivity, and we could go for like Oracle, SQL, etc., etc. We can also attach to the Air IoT, which is the right choice, and also which means like any other way, any sensor will be there, and we can retrieve the data from there, and we can manipulate it in the Mendix. That is what the integration does in Mendix. And the next is no coding. No coding needed, because in the previous Mendix was not there, right? That time people used to write coding for each and every functionality. Even they need to achieve a single UI change or something like that, we need to write the coding and we need to do something appropriate, and we need some developers for that, and we need to shape it to the applications, blah, blah, everything. It takes a lot of time to do all those things. But the Mendix gives it all in a very less time. Like previously, example, we can take Java or C Sharp or Python, something, any coding language. To do one particular functionality, it may take 10 days. But in Mendix, we can develop that same features in just 2 or 3 days. You have the vision, you can reduce the time, and it will produce all those things in a very short period of time with less cost, and will not take much developers or the developers to be with a coding knowledge or something like that. So you can achieve all those things in the Mendix. So it is like no coding needed at all. And fast and flexible. Here, fast and flexible is it's really very quick actually, because we use a agile methodology. Agile methodology is which we create a multiple, like lot of applications in a very short time. It is like a commitment which we give to our stakeholders or clients for developing the application in Mendix. It is like we can complete it in a very short time, and with a beautiful interfaces which they never expect. And also flexible, in which I mean here is one can develop the application so that it will be working in every field, every way, wherever you want that to be work. Like example, I can take a person is working in a Chrome, and I'm creating an application for them. So here I can make use of the Mozilla or Safari or something related to Chrome like that, so that it will be very flexible. You don't want to like get the questions like the software, this browser is supported or not, something like that. Here everything is like everywhere. You can run the applications in every field, everywhere as it is, and you will not be getting nothing like it will be not supported, or this will be here and this or that, and that sort of questions, something like that. It will be helpful to every field, and everywhere you make use of this application. That is what fast and flexible development. And last but not the least, mobile application. Mobile application, in the sense I can tell you, like you can develop an application, it will run on any platform. But previously, we have to develop for the desktop model differently, like mobile, for tablet or laptop, something else. Like we need to develop all those different types of applications for this different types of platform to work on. But in Mendix, using the single application, we have all those features like uh, like creating the applications with a desktop view, tablet view, or mobile view, anything that can be achieved in a single applications with all those features present inside that. You can make use of it in just like that. And also, when you go for a traditional development or something else, they will be creating, as I told you earlier, they will be creating for desktop model one, and they will be creating one more application for phone view, and they'll be creating one for tablet view, and all this three together, you need to pay them for three times, and it will take more time as well. But when Mendix one single project way, which means you need to pay for one single time, that gives you the application which will be very responsive demand experience. Like what you know in a single way, you will go for a desktop model, web model, tablet, mobile model, everything else. One single time you will be getting all those three features inside the Mendix application. You can also see how fastly we are developing this Mendix. This is all about a lot of things present inside the Mendix. You all will be knowing all those things once you start go with Mendix. And also we have uh, apart from the lookups of the futures, what I have shared you now, we also have Mendix with more and more features present inside that. Like we also have a microflow, domain model, nanoflows. Domain model is nothing but the database, and microflow is like it will just create your business logic to give you the best access with best beautiful interfaces. And NanoFlow is something like that which help us to directly run on the browser device, and it can be used in any offline applications. And this is all the features, also some of the best features present inside the Mendix. And Mendix is the place where you can create, view, and edit your applications without going into a technical stuff. And also, for this, we use a Studio Pro. And as I told you earlier, for this, we go for a Studio Pro and develop apps together with Studio Pro users anytime. With Studio, we can also create and edit your applications in a browser without installing any software onto your PC. That is what the best and one more features present in Mendix. Like if we start to proceed with that, we will be going more and more inside because we have the lot of features present inside Mendix. So we cannot cut short, and I can tell you that this is the limit or something like that. We have many lot of Mendix features present inside it, so that it will provide you the applications with a best outcome in a very short time, and with a less complexity and cost maintenance, everything. It is a single platform where you will be benefited in a best way that no one does. And that is all, some few words about Mendix. And guys, if you have any queries, please don't hesitate. Be let me know to my mail ID pooja.jaishankar@prolim.com. And also you can reach out to our organization. We do present in all social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, etc. And hope the session was good. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.